What happened? I got clapped by Jubilee. I'm not a big streamer. I heard my camera. Make it more centered. I'm not a big streamer. I'm not a big content creator. So I got fucking dumpstered by Jubilee. They said, no. You are not Hassan Piker. You do not get to watch us on stream. You don't get to watch us on stream. You have to watch us like everyone else does. You can't stream us. We can stream you. We can't stream us. But at least this didn't happen because I was lagging. So I think I will officially retire using Streamlabs and just use the fucking OBS. Hello. We're gonna wait a little bit while people pour back in. So we didn't get to the girl with the blonde ditzy head. No, we didn't, and I can't. I will get my content nuked. I guess if I was on Twitch, I could do it. But I'm not on Twitch. I am not on Twitch. So no more. We can't watch that. I'm so sorry. I was. Yes, I'm back. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't know I was gonna get fucking destroyed like that. I thought I'd be able to watch that video. Oh shit, there's a demo. Okay, have you guys heard? You probably have heard of it, but are you guys into RPGs? Are you into games like Lost Odyssey? Because there's a game called Expedition 33, which I love because it looks like Lost Odyssey. It gives you Lost Odyssey vibes. And apparently there is a open world demo of this game. It's over an hour. I don't know if I watch all of that, but I'm gonna queue it up. I'm gonna queue it up, and hopefully this doesn't get me fucking destroyed too. But if you guys were not here earlier, all I was talking about was the fact that we hit 4K. We hit 4,000 subscribers, which is sick. Like I may not be able to accurately articulate how awesome that is, but it's really awesome. I love the fact that we are growing as a community. Wait, did it Dead Domain watch Sam's? Yeah, but Dead did it through Twitch, I believe. He's fucking smarter than me. But like I'm mad I didn't get to watch the whole video. I love that. Like I was doing good commentary. They seen both Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I started doing Twitch and YouTube. But you guys saw what was happening. You saw my streams getting clapped. Not from Jubilee, but just from my own internet service provider. So there's that. I guess we'll stick to gaming. I guess we will stick to video games or whatever. But I was a little too woke. Got a little too carried away. Oh, you know what I actually wanted to talk about too? I want to wait until maybe like a few more people. Let me send another notification out that I got clapped, but we're back up. But I think I want to talk about this Dexito article. glasses don't help. Okay, well, got my headphones, but I'm gonna not put them on right now. The Robert Pattinson game, yes. Okay, thank you. The guy looks like Robert Pattinson. Yes, that is Expedition 33. Okay, so you guys are here. Most of you guys are here. The rest will follow through like they always do. I want to talk about this fucking article. And you might be familiar with this person. He's a little small content creator called XQC. And so XQC decided to descend down Juicer Mountain and leave a dog shit take from an out of touch millionaire, which I love. I love when out of touch millionaires pretend that they are still hip and they still have their finger on the pulse. And he's talking about the Rockstar GTA 6 potentially costing $100. Now, this is not confirmed, mind you. Rockstar has not hinted at 2K has not hinted at it costing $100. But I remember there was a games analyst talking about how it might be $100, right? They're talking right here. So XUC has addressed the rumors that Rockstar will place a $100 price tag on GTA 6, defending it from critics by arguing the value of high-quality polished AAA titles is worth the premium. The supposed price of upcoming titles predicted by analysts on March 6th, with some other reports suggest it could be $150 when released. Various fans and communities have criticized the rumored price, and Take-Two CEO has addressed their concerns. On March 10th, which is today, XQC, who is also a co-owner of the massively popular No Pixels GTA RP server, has hit back at Backlash via a response to the post about the potential price. Okay, hold on. Let me try to channel my best. XQC. Let me fucking punch over. Gamers will buy 5 early access Havoc 140 games and sprinkle $200 worth of skins in a year, but when a chip company goes all out and they take the time to make the most anticipated polish, we could nothing make suddenly $100 is too much. $100 is too much. Stop talking. Stop talking. Absolutely stop talking. No, and it's like, fucking what? What? One fan contested $100 is fair only for GTA 6 legit. I don't think there's any other game in the industry. Okay, no. Honestly, the Grand Theft Auto dick writing has got to stop. It has got to stop. So we're going to do big face moment because I'm being kind of serious here. It has absolutely need to stop, okay? No game could cost $100 fucking dollars. And I know some people are going to bring up the fact that, but games used to cost $90 back then if you adjust for inflation. Well, guess what? It wasn't $90 back then, okay? You're looking at inflation. What this is doing, now people call me a shill a lot, especially because I'm not just needlessly hating on like the next Assassin's Creed game, right? I get called a shill for that. I get called a shill for Dustborn and all these other games, right? I get called a simp and all this bullshit. But this is what actual shilling looks like. XUC, multi-millionaire, wants gamers to be accepting of a company charging $100 for a game because he can afford it. Only thing I wish for 2 clean ladies. Damn it. But it's like he can afford it. It doesn't hurt him. Yeah, a game costs $100. You should pay for it because it's high quality, first and foremost. Now, granted, we do have a certain expectation quality from Rockstar, but you have no guarantee this game is going to be good or fun. You don't. You think it is, you're going with the past history, but you don't know. At launch, it could be terrible. At launch, it could be fucking like cyberpunk, you know? And to back, they're taking their time developing this game. Are they? Did they? Or were they just resting on their laurels, counting the money that GTA Online was making for them? Who was Jubilee and what happened? Oh, Jubilee, the YouTube channel. I was watching one of the videos and then my stream got clapped for not being on their approved list. But defending $100 game, and not even for like the deluxe special edition, like $100 base game is insane. I'm sorry, you guys. The Grand Theft Auto games are not that good to want to pay $100. They're just not. They are just not. I think it's fucking crazy that people put GT on this crazy pedestal where you would pay $100 to make grand. I'll play that bitch on sale. Are you kidding? We have so many other games, so many cheaper games coming out that look fantastic. I'm satiated. I'm straight. I'll wait till they do a 50% discount. It's gonna cost $100. Like, people dick ride for Grand Theft Auto harder than they dick ride for Hideo Kojima. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. People pretend that Hideo Kojima's never put out a bad game, while all his games are perfect bangers, 10 out of 10. People will say that Grand Theft Auto is a series that has never been bad, it can never do no wrong, and it's all. I'm like, listen, you can love that series. I like Grand Theft Auto. Let's not pretend that the next game isn't going to be another game in which you play as a criminal, or criminals plural, and you're going to go against the cops or whatever, and some big rich person, some powerful figure is going to be on your ass, and you have to protect yourself. Like, let's not pretend that's not every Grand Theft Auto game. Am I wrong? Was that not Vice City? Was that not San Andreas? Was that not Liberty City? Was that not, once again, Los Santos? GTA 5? Is that not the same basic story beat every time? Like, yeah, it's a genre, but it's the same story beat. So the way people acting like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the bestest game of all time. It's gonna let you do so much. You're gonna, yeah. From a technical standpoint, GTA games have always pretty much pushed the envelope in terms of what an open world game can be and do. Right? And they usually run pretty well, which is why I know I'm not gonna be able to play this game on my PC as it's currently set up. I understand that, right? But it's not like the experience is wholly unique to even GTA anymore, because it sort of spawned, or if not directly spawned, heavily influenced the current expectations of open world games. But it in itself doesn't do anything dramatically or drastically new to warrant this level of dedication. $100 fucking dollars is insane. It is insane. It's insane. Others agreed, with one adding, waiting 12 years for the biggest game of all time, man, $100 is worth it. Another saying, we'll buy a $20 game with $300 microtransaction, but $100 game for the best game to ever touch the planet's Earth is too crazy. First and foremost, microtransactions are optional. And if you're out here playing gacha games, that's on you. But I'll tell you straight up, I am 35 years old. I am playing video games for as long as I can remember. I've been buying my own games since I was fucking 16, all right? I have never spent fucking $300 in microtransactions in a game, period. Period. I've never spent $300 in a game. Not at all. Not ever. I don't buy the deluxe editions to get exclusive skins. I don't buy the premium editions to get like 2 additional levels that are eventually gonna have to be released later on either way for free later, because that's how games work. Like, I've never done any of that shit. So to be like, yeah, people buy $20 game with $300. First off, no, they wouldn't. Like, I know they're exaggerating, but no. If a game had that much microtransactions in it, it's most likely free to play. Unless it's, you know, a Capcom game where they're charging you per fucking costume, like Street Fighter 4 they did that, where you got charged for fucking buying like different color skins. It was crazy. But like, other than that, you're not doing that. And to say this is the best game to touch the planet is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. And another thing, the reason why these games, these budgets have exploded, right, is because these games want to do the most insane shit, because they think the more money they put into games, the better their ROI is for some reason. Same thing with blockbuster movies, right? Every film's got to cost $300 or $400 million, so that way it'll guarantee make $1 billion. And we know it's not the case. Technology has gotten more advanced, so things should be, at this point, easier to produce, not harder. It's not like we're working with brand new cutting edge technology. They're doing what, mocapping? Like, again, what's this next game? What is this game coming out? What is Claire? Expedition 33. So is it okay? Save 10%. How much does it cost? Okay, so full price of this game is $50. The deluxe edition is $60. Full price $50. This game has a pretty solid voice cast. This game looks amazing. You have Robert Pattinson. He's not Robert Pattinson, that's Charlie Cox, but the character looks like Robert Pattinson. Like this game visually looks amazing. We'll play even a fucking trailer for it. Here's a look.
The message said head north to the weird corals.
And a door in a hut.
Let's just go to like a battle, right?
We can use that.
Just to get to my point. Okay, they're going into a fight. Now look how gorgeous this looks. Oh, these characters are fucked up. Look how beautiful it looks. God damn. I can put the whole thing. Another little tease right there. But that is a game coming out for $50. $50 to $60. A lot of these games, the reason why these budgets are insane are because they're doing extra shit, like they're hiring these voice actors or hiring Hollywood actors and using their likeness. And Hollywood actors get paid a higher rate when they do that than voice actors, right? There's also the idea that, you're also paying people, right? You're paying people to do all this shit, to make these programs, to design this shit. I get that. You're paying all stuff too. But you think you can spend $800 million on a game? Look at Concord. Concord rumored to cost anywhere from $200 to $400 million, right? Over its entire production. I would be more conservative and say like $200 million, $250 million. But am I going to live stream the game once it gets released? Hell yes. I'll do my live streaming channel. I've also talked about earlier that I'm going to just have a dedicated channel to me gaming and stuff, so you guys don't have to worry about it being clogging up the main channel. But yeah, like you have these game companies, these AAA games, right, that want to put like $200 million into a game and be like, yes, and this will make the game way better. But then Spider-Man 2 was very well made, a very well made game, right? But even them, Insomniac, they're talking about how, yeah, we didn't make that much profit off of it because it cost like $400 million to make. Rockstar is one of the few people who can do this because they make like billions of dollars from GTA Online alone. Like they can funnel money into production for years because they have a console. Just like Epic Games could literally spend the next 9 years working on one game because Fortnite makes a quadrillion dollars for them, right? But everyone has that luxury. So to them be like, yeah, we're going to have this game cost $100. Why? Like, that's been my biggest problem with AAA gaming. Things get so bloated, and then gamers will bitch and complain about black people being in video games or too many women in games. But then when shit like this happens, you have motherfucking gambling addict, multi-millionaire spending more money on games. Like, that's insane to me. And then guess what? If GTA 6 does it, then what's stopping literally any other AAA game to be like, oh yeah, this is not an $80 base game. This is not a $90 base game. I think even everyone's favorite Kojima, I think for Death Stranding, premium edition, right? It's like, there we go. It's like $200, and there's no physical copy for it. Yeah, so this right here. So Death Stranding 2 on the beach, collector's edition, $230 USD. And you get access to the full game digitally, so no physical copy. 48 hours, so 2 days earlier access to the game, which, okay. Collector's box, the statues, art cards, in-game items, machine gun, MP bullets, level 1 early unlock, and then cosmetics. You also get you get cosmetics. That's it. That's it. You get early access and then cosmetics. No physical copy of the game for $230 fucking dollars. I don't get a physical copy of the game. Are you kidding me? No physical chat. No physical copy. No physical copy for this shit at all. We used to riot over shit like this. You know, fuck it. Let's just kick the hornet's nest. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's see what. Deluxe edition. Let's see what you get with this shit. Let's see what you get the highest editions here. Yeah, no, Ubisoft wants to shift people over to their services. Yeah. I don't care. Standard edition, deluxe edition. Okay, base game. Pre-order both upcoming expansion pack, bonus content at launch, deluxe pack. Okay, but here's the thing. What is the base game? Is it physical copies? Is it digital copies? Let me see. Play your way. Free Japan. Okay, maybe I don't go to their store. Maybe I go to IGN. IGN tells me what the fuck is happening. Okay, so standard edition, there's a physical copy. Great, we love that. Which means the deluxe edition will also have a physical copy, right? This is digital deluxe, but I need a collector's edition. It comes with. Wait, hold on. Okay, it comes with the Ultimate Edition. It comes with the diorama, the base game plus Ultimate Pack. See, but look, this is for the same price. This is the same price, and it has physical. But you don't see these people shitting on Kojima for not releasing a physical by charging this much. But at least they are releasing a physical edition. Like the fact that we have deluxe editions of games where you can't tell me that if you bought a deluxe edition for a game and it didn't have a physical copy, that you'd be excited for that. It gives you a bunch of extra shit. Sure, here's a steelbook. Here's this, here's that. But the game, digital. That is insane to me. That is legitimately insane to me. Like, I don't know how we've gotten to this point where we're doing that shit. The Jimquisition made a video with early access, $230. That's what I'm talking about too. We have so many games now where they're just like, pre-order our game and we'll give you 12 hours of access earlier. Unless you are a content creator who, like myself, doesn't get codes, what the fuck do you care about playing the game a day earlier, 2 days earlier, when you already bought the game? Like, I never understood that. It's like when people were like, oh yeah, like how we used to glorify midnight releases of shit. And it's like, yeah, but I already pre-ordered it. I'm not gonna be here at midnight. I'm gonna go to sleep and have a healthy work schedule and then come back after work and do it. Like, it's insane that we just let this shit go on. I used to love car conditions, but now it's the rarest thing for causes. Yeah, exactly, right? That's my shit too. Like, a collector's edition is collectors. I don't want to have a collector's edition of the fucking Steelbook. I would just buy the Steel art book. I want the collector's edition of the game for my game collection, for my physical game collection. If we are getting rid of that, then why am I paying $230 for it? But again, like I was saying earlier, we are being conditioned to just accept shit. And the shit that we shouldn't accept, we're okay with. And the shit that we should accept, we're having people making YouTube channels calling it a DEI and woke and stuff. But none of these people are talking about this shit at all. They will never talk about games like this. They will never talk about practices that are harmful to gamers or even to developers, right? They'll be like, oh my God, Ubisoft scandal. And then they'll talk about the Ubisoft shit that came out in 2020. They'll talk about shit why people don't like Ubisoft. But they're only talking about now because they hate Ubisoft now because of Assassin's Creed Shadows. They don't focus on anything that actually harms gamer or game development. I fucking hate the level of greed that's been so acceptable in the AAA space, where you can again release games that are not only just broken, but you can release games for a crazy price and now you have a physical edition of it. And it's not like these are, indie games. I understand that. I understand the struggle for indie games, AAA or AA games, right? But you are telling me a game from Kojima can't do physical? That's crazy. Gamers have been bought off with early editions. Yeah, I hate that shit too. We have allowed for so much bullshit to permeate. I think, for example, early access, when done right, is a boon. Look at Hades. I said boon, went to Hades. Look at transition. Hades benefited tremendously from early access, but they weren't phoning it in. I mean, I've just been playing the most recent for Hades 2, the Warsong update. That's a huge update. They're constantly working on the game. The game isn't just a finished product that's being essentially a live service where they want you to keep paying for it over and over and over and over and over, right? You paid for it once, here you go. I paid for Baldur's Gate when it was in early access. I didn't have to pay full price. But they were constantly working on it and updating it. But now we're seeing shit where people are paying $100 more to get the game earlier. In fact, wasn't that what happened with the Suicide Squad game, right? They were paying more to get it like a couple of hours before it's officially released. That's so dumb to me. What's the benefit of that? Like, really, what is the benefit of that? But yeah, I was never big into Ubisoft though. Seeing how Skull and Bones turned out, my jaw dropped. Yeah, like, it's the same thing with. Remember when like pre-ordering used to be a huge thing for gamers, but they're like, don't pre-order because that teaches them the bad practices. I'm like, well, yeah, for the most part, I agree. There's some games where obviously like, yeah, I want to pre-order it to have it because most games were physical copies. So you wanted to pre-order your physical copy because they would ship a certain amount. And now that almost every game is digital, pre-ordering no longer has that benefit. Now it's just, well, you get a new skin. The only time I actually pre-order now is when I'm buying games on Steam because they usually offer like a discount, like 10%, 50% off, which I'm like, hey, I was going to get the game regardless, so paying a little less doesn't hurt. Or our wish list, like indie games, I know that helps them out too. And I'll pre-order indie games I'm interested in, I know that helps them out also. But there's no incentive really to pre-order a game anymore because you will get the game the second it comes out because you'll just download it, right? Which is why they've now added this extra bullshit. Like, oh, but you get this game earlier. You get 12 days of early access. Okay. I get the game earlier. And I can't talk about it, people, because they don't have it. Like, Hold on, I'm reading chat. Sparking Zero, where they bought $100 special edition later. Yeah, exactly. And that, okay, you know what, Demas, you bring up a good point. You spend all this money, and then it's like, oh, by the way, the game's dead. I know you spent $60 on the Founder Edition of, X live shooter game, but we're not supporting it anymore. So, like, thank you for the money, but we're not supporting that game anymore. Multiverses, we're gonna shut it down. Whatever game you like, Ultimate Edition, we're gonna shut down. And then too, it's like, let's say you're like, hey, I love cosmetics though. I love cosmetics so much. I do my little Trump dance. I love cosmetics so much. Okay, awesome. How do you know now that you were paying $60, now you're paying $99 for this, and they're just giving you a couple of items? Do you think those other items equal to $39 worth of content? If I go back here, and we go back to Assassin's Creed, right? Just because we're just here, right? This is worth, so base game is $60, $69.99. This is $90, right? And you get the Security dual pack, the hideout pack, 5 mastery points, a bonus quest at launch, and then a pre-order bonus you get for the upcoming expansion pack. All right. No, actually, you don't get that. The digital deluxe comes with the dual pack and the hideout pack and 5 skill points. So are you going to tell me a cosmetic change and 5 mastery points is worth an additional $20, $30 of you paying? Like, you're gonna be able to be like, yes, this is worth that price. This is a fair trade-off. Like that, I don't see that. I know I did a video a long time on loot boxes, but maybe I should do a video on fucking pre-order shit too. Because pre-order bonuses, it's always like, yeah, and then when you pay that top tier, maybe we'll throw you an extra mission. But I was thinking about this since Gears of War 3, right? I told you guys before, but I was a bit of a Gears of War head. So I played the whole franchise. I even played Judgment. I've never not played a Gears of War game. So around Gears of War 3, because that was supposed to be the last one, right? That was end of the Marcus Phoenix story and all this shit happening with the Lambents and the Queen Mare and all that stuff, right? So they're hyping it up. They went nutso on the cosmetic. There was a guy, when I was doing security, he came into my local GameStop, and I would just hang out with the guys over there. And he came in, and I'm not shitting you, he had ordered every version of Gears of War 3. So like, he already had to have had an Xbox 360 to play the original series, but he ordered another Xbox 360 because that particular one he showed us from Best Buy gave him I believe the Commando Dom skin, and no one else was offering it, and it only came with purchase of the game and console. So he bought another Xbox 360 for one skin. He came to GameStop, did the pre-orders, so he could get the other Dom skin. He had it on Amazon too. He had a total of like $1,200 spent just to get all the skins in the game immediately. And including, it also threw in the multiplayer pack. They started doing bullshit multiplayer where they would rotate maps, but if you had like the special edition or paid for extra for it, you would have access to all the maps. There were certain maps you couldn't play in Gears of War 3 unless you had purchased all the DLC, which again, just maps. I didn't spend a single fucking cent in that game outside of buying the game, and I got access to everything. because eventually they have to give you access to those things. There is no real such thing as like, these are game mechanics or gameplay exclusives. These are the only maps you can play unless you buy this. They'll just release it for free because they made all the money they think they're going to make off of that. But instead of thinking like that, we are now having people buy games for $230 to get 48 hours early access. Insane. You know what? I want to see if there's any like worst pre-order bonus. Let's see. 7 useless pre-order bonuses. Oh, thank you, Outside Extra. I'm pretty sure Outside Extra will not make me end the stream again. Let's just start with Ghostwire Tokyo. Let's start here. All right.
Eyebrow bleach. You're not fooling anyone, Ken.
The time is nigh. The world rests on the precipice of transformation.
Outfits in a game that's first person is hilarious, mind you.
Exclusive pre-order bonuses exploit people's
just so you
FOMO,
know.
That is to say, their fear of missing outfits. Or at least that's specifically the case for Ghostwire Tokyo, which built its pre-order incentives around special outfits to make you look fashionable in its nightmare vision of futuristic Tokyo.
First person game.
Pre-order bonus items were the biker outfit pack and the Hanya outfit. Hanya, despite being the antagonist of the game, clearly has the best outfit in all of Ghostwire Tokyo. So why wouldn't you want to look like him? The problem is, as you might have already spotted, Ghostwire Tokyo is a game played entirely in first person. For the majority of the game,
this is horse
all you
armor.
ever see of
This is horse
protagonist
armor.
Akito
Yeah,
is his
100%.
hands making
In
gestures
fact,
to
I'm
cast
sure this will be
spells.
in the
You
game
simply
or
cannot
in
see
the
what he is wearing at any given moment. Heck,
video.
Akito isn't even reflected in mirrors. Furthermore, this being a single-player game, Ghostwire Tokyo enjoyers don't even get to show off their fancy outfits to other players. The only time players see Akito in full is in photo mode and cutscenes. So what pre-order players actually got was some different looking cutscenes and some gloves.
Amazing.
Oh man, the worst Christmas present.
Amazing.
There do I see my mother.
Shield skins. Yeah. Like,
Bit more
we're going to
exclusive,
speedrun this, but it's like shield skins. It's, Suicide Squad. This was just early access to a game no one wanted. Because the early access got fucking bricked. Oh, Anthem.
You either live with the choices you make
Too early.
or die trying to change them.
Now, you might think that the Suicide Squad debacle was pretty shameful, but it could always be worse. It could be Anthem. Anthem was another multiplayer
Anthem.
live service game made by a studio more accustomed to making single-player adventures, namely BioWare. Back in 2019, Anthem publisher EA offered early access to Anthem demos as part of their pre-order bonus. These demos were, as you'd expect, selected portions of the game to give you a taste of Anthem before you dove in for real. If you pre-ordered, you got access to an early VIP demo for 3 days in January 2019, a month before the game came out. But the early access version of the demo was far from fit for purpose, suffering from both full servers and an infinite loading screen bug, which meant that many players didn't get to play for the full time allotted, which very much sucked for anyone who planned their weekend around it. Now what are we supposed to play? The Resident Evil 2 remake? Actually, that does sound pretty good. To apologise for failing to deliver the
Well, you get it, right? Like, we have entered into a time where it feels like the game industry legitimately doesn't know what it's doing anymore. And I'm not talking about from terms of developers. I think our developers are just as talented, if not more talented than ever been. What I'm saying is the people who market the games, the people who produce the games, people who are like pulling the budget on the market on stuff too, they have no idea what they're doing because things have shifted to such a degree where the entire conceit of a pre-order is useless. It's useless. Like I said before, pre-orders were there so that your physical copy would be in the stores waiting for you. You had it on lock. GameStop used to do a thing where you pay $5 down to reserve the copy. Then you can either pay the full amount to just walk in and buy it, or they keep your copy. You go in there, you could pay it in installments until the game came out, and then you'd have to, pay for it, or they'd let it go, right? But you could just basically put it on layaway or reserve it. You're reserving your copy. You don't have to reserve a digital fucking game. You can just download it. And now they have shit like Game Pass, right? I think it's still a great value. If you're gonna call me a shill, I'll shill for Game Pass. It's a great value for you guys. It's literally like $12, $13, and you play one game, have already gotten its value's worth and then some. But with stuff like that, it's really fucking pointless to do a pre-order. And on some level, they know this. People doing the marketing, the producers, all that stuff, they know that. But they don't know how to justify wanting your money immediately. So that's why we rely on skins. Even to the point in a game like Ghostwire Tokyo, where you're first person and it's not multiplayer, so you'll never see your character outside of a cutscene. And it sounds insane to say this and talk about this, but I truly think they have no idea how to market anymore. Every game has a crazy pre-order bonus that's fucking stupid, or they have pre-orders bonuses where it's like, here's an extra skin and here's 3 points. Here's 3 magic points that you get, and you can also, I guess, earn it by playing the game. But Ghostwire Tokyo, I think from a financial standpoint, wasn't the biggest success. And we're talking about in terms of the pre-order bonus, because the pre-order for that game, it was costumes, but it's a first-person game. So having costumes in that first-person game is kind of unimportant. Yeah, like games like Fortnite, though, at least they tap into the psychological aspect of FOMO, and they actually have like cool designs and crossovers or what have you, right? But most games aren't Fortnite, but they want that Fortnite money. And so they'll do this shit, but they're not thinking about the actual audience that they're pitching to. They just see that, hey, Fortnite did really well, and Fortnite makes $1 billion. I want to make $1 billion. Why don't I put skins in my game? Okay, cool. But your game's first person. Okay, well, then we'll do weapon skins, because CSGO had a whole lottery, and people love weapon skins. All right, awesome. What's your game, though? Because I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring up my new favorite example for this shit. Here we go. Here we go. This game that is... One of my chatters was like, you got to stop making fun of this game. I'm not trying to make fun of it, but it provides such good examples that it's hard for me not to use. So here we go. The First Descendant is ending support for last-gen consoles after less than a year. And it's not like The First Descendant is so advanced that it can't work on last-gen consoles. In fact, this is a sign that shit's not going well. The First Descendant has been a downward trajectory for the last few months. Despite trying to appease its fans of bikini skins and hot springs, February was the worst month on record for the title, at least in terms of player count on Steam. Despite flaunting player numbers, the development team at Nexon has confirmed its plan to continue supporting the free-play shooter, outlining its ambitions for the game's second episode of its second season. This game, I'm going to call it right now, won't make it at the end of the year. They're going to pull the fucking plug. These games like these don't bounce back. Their whole premise is to be a fucking gooner shooter. And if the gooners aren't playing this game, you have no one. You have no one. In a recent developer live stream, the First Descendant team confirmed the support of the First Descendant will be discontinuing on PS4 and Xbox One from June 19th onwards. 2 weeks before the game's first anniversary. It cited the fact that it had increased the scale of the game and that the team was spending a lot of effort and difficulty in maintaining the PS4 and Xbox One builds. For discontinuation, the teams continue by saying, since Season 3 is a mega season update for us, so we wanted to focus our development team on increasing player satisfaction. End of life support doesn't just mean the PS4 version and Xbox One versions of the game will no longer receive further updates. Instead, the game will be completely delisted from the platforms, and players will no longer be able to play the game on those consoles. Sorry, I said it weird. Thankfully, dedicated players on those platforms will be able to take their progress to other consoles. So now, here's why this is bad. And it's bad because, first off, you're now shuttering an entire player base. Granted, your player base was dwindling, but now you're making people who only have PS4s and Xbox Ones, who most likely do not have a PC that can play this game, and don't have PS5s or Xbox One Series X, whatever the fuck they're calling them, because they'd be playing it on the most current console. So now you're asking them, if they want to continue to play this game, to invest in a $400 to $600 console to continue playing this, or to buy a PC or PC parts that will allow them to play this game. This game that, mind you, has had its worst month on record. Despite its gratuitous Hot Springs update, the First Descendant just had its worst month on record. And it's just like, the player count dropped over 95% within the first 6 months. You don't come back from that. Right here, First Descendant players have already given up on unlocking Haley. The First Descendant has lost almost 70% of its players since launch. Like, it's a gooner game, so they have to get the goon material out there, but it's not retaining anyone. Like, they're comparing it here to Once Human, which is also an online multiplayer type game. And it first week it had 131,000. Last 7 days, 152,000. 149, 144, 162, 140. Like, these are kind of standard-ish, right? The first week, day 1, 108,000. Last 7 days, 79,000. Day 2, at its peak, sorry, this peak was day 5 at 265,000, 68,000. And then they're like, oh, well, let's give them a Hot Springs and Bikini update, because again, our whole audience is gooners. But they have not worked on literally any of the complaints to actual gameplay, because the gameplay is kind of rote. It's not the most engaging shit. It's not the most advanced gameplay loop ever, right? And not all games have to be. But when you're relying so heavily on just the cosmetics of it and not the gameplay of it, you suffer. You don't come back from losing 95% in 6 months and 70% since your launch. You don't come back from that. This isn't like Cyberpunk, where because it was an offline single player game, they could dedicate updates repeatedly. Or same thing with No Man's Sky. These are the kinds of games that live and die by player numbers. And within the year, within 6 months, you lost 95% of your player count. For a live service game, that's death, dude. That is fucking death. Like, that's, I wonder where the First Descendant fails, where games like Division 2 and maybe this new still thriving. I can tell you why. There's a gameplay component to those games that do not rely on gooning. Destiny 2 has a story it's been telling, right? Like, that's why people were so excited for with the final shape. It was the culmination of a huge storyline. People do care about story. People don't really care about gooning that much. That's why it's always insane when you see these grifters talk about, wow, this game sucks because the girls' titties aren't ginormous. And then you look at the game, and the game is like fucking Mass Effect, right? It's like, they'll be like, these games are fucking disgusting, and these characters are ugly, and that's why people hate it. And the game they're talking about is Baldur's Gate 3. Like, they have such a warped view. And on top of that, you have certain, I would say, terminally online developers or social media accounts or whatever that think that's the main gamer base. And so when they make games like these, and these games almost universally always fail, they're like, I don't understand. Can you tell me a game that relied heavily on tits and ass that is successful? Like, because even when they try to do for like gotcha games, right? I think they were talking about it was either like Wuthering Waves or one of those games that look like every Miho game ever, where these guys are mad because they couldn't upskirt a girl thing, and it's like, this game isn't made to goon though. You guys are just gooners who are playing this game. So they're gonna focus on quality of life changes. They're gonna try to increase drop rates, or they're gonna try to increase, like X amount of things, make player retention higher. They're not gonna fucking focus on the underwear of a character. Yeah, but see, even Dead or Alive, right? You said that, okay, but where is it now? And Honey Pop, that is the point of the game. You are you are a developer in that game. I believe you are doing like a adult website, like a adult webcams, right? For Honey Pop. Yeah, that's right. I'm familiar with that game. But yeah, the big vampire game, it's like Oni Bachara or whatever. But those games are not crazy runaway successes, right? And especially with the games that they're comparing them to. And to be like, these games are failures because they're woke. And they're talking about, again, like we saw earlier, they're talking about God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3. They're saying those are failures and woke. They're mad that Split Fiction. You guys know what's happening with Split Fiction right now, right? You have these gooners who are fucking pissed that a game like Split Fiction is doing well. They're mad that Split Fiction is succeeding. Because it's not a titty game. They're upset that Split Fiction, and it's the usual suspects. It's the Yorch Torches. It's the fucking like those guys that they're mad at. Here we go. I've seen. He's mad that Split Fiction is doing numbers. Gamers. What happened to masculinity in gaming? In 2008, Gears of War 2. In 2024, Split Fiction. Grums was talking about how no one's ever heard of Hazelight Studios. And I'm like, the studio that puts out legitimate Game of the Year contenders every time it puts out a game, no one's heard of them? Crazy work. But yeah, mind you, he's stuck in 2008. Only played Gears of War 2 and I guess Sin City. Watch Sin City. But now, look, this game is the bestest co-op ever. The International Women's Month. Let's play as empowered women. And it's like, Split Fiction, 1 million, by the way. Literally, 1 million copies in 48 hours. But it's because women, and not because people fucking just like the game. Oh, here it is too. When they're talking about, oh, that's Yorch Torch again. Mind you, Packer Girl is also one of those grifters. She's on their side. And even she's like, what the fuck is this? Like, there's also been a grifter like Civil War going on, and I love it. I know I talked about it before, but I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. And then here you have John De La Rose. I believe he is a wife beater. Definitely racist. Like, it's so funny to me. They're mad about this game succeeding because Split Fiction doesn't have sexualized characters in it. And he's like, "Oh, you're playing as a lesbian. You're playing as lesbians." Okay, now I've heard Split Faction. It's split fiction, idiot. Wasn't on my radar until today. Still haven't heard of anyone calling it woke, which is a lie because we just saw that. Andy Cortez. This guy's fucking great. But yeah, but Grum's saying now he heard of it. Bullshit. Bullshit. Like, he's lying about it, of course, because it's Grum's. But like, these are the people who are upset. They're mad. They're mad about it. And now they have to be like, well, it's not woke because now it's doing good. I don't think anyone's calling it woke. We just saw his buddy George Torch literally talking about how woke it is. Like, it's so fucking funny, dude. It's so funny. They had an entire part of the Game Awards dedicated to them. It Takes Two did numbers. Fucking A Way Out did numbers. And this is the guy who says his fingers on the pulse of gaming, that he is always right 90% of the time. Never heard of split fiction. That's insane. That is insane. But it is mostly Yorch who is talking about it. And Indian Mom mentioned it too. He was talking about how no one was calling that game woke or whatever. I'm like, yes, they were. Like, it's just the same shit though. I'll stop spending time on this though. But like, yeah, it's like we are at this point now where a game like Split Fiction, which is what they always say, right? We don't want politics in games, you guys. We just want a good game that's fun. And then when they get a good game that's fun, oh, it's woke because it's women. Like, it's always the same thing. It's always the same shit. But to be mad that a game is succeeding is so part of the course in gaming discourse in 2025. I can't think of a single time these guys have been happy that a game has done well. And you know why? Because it's never the games that they say do well. The First Ascendant isn't breaking records unless you're talking about losing the most like of its player base in 6 months. And then you have Split Fiction making 1 million, selling 1 million copies in 48 hours. They are ecstatic to see a game like Concord fail. Or they say Dustborn's a failure, but they don't know the finances of Dustborn. But let's just say it's a failure. They're excited for those games to fail. But they are never happy when a game succeeds. Because the games that succeed are not the games they like. They're not the games that they say are the games to make. Otherwise, we'd still be getting 100 Duke Nukems. But now, you guys, Doom is woke. Because of sliders for accessibility, now it's woke. We have it to where every game that's actually good actually is not woke. And you see people talking about BioShock not being woke. Like, it's literally the dumbest people you know getting the loudest megaphone nonstop. And they will show you every single time they are fucking morons who have no idea what they're talking about. They should be happy that Astrobot won. Some of them were, but most of them don't talk about it. They don't. See, I'm the belief of, I want like the apology to be just as loud as the shit that caused it, right? Like, the disrespect should be, and the respect should be equally as loud. If you're going to be talking mad shit about a game and it comes out and it does numbers, don't just move on to the next game. You were fucking wrong. Let's talk about that. Let's acknowledge that. Let's sit with that. And they won't, because they are always wrong. They're always wrong. Even when the game doesn't do well, they are wrong of why it didn't do well. Again, I know I talk about this game a lot. They'll talk about Concord and say it didn't do well because it had woke game characters. And it's like, no, here's the actual reason why it didn't do well. It was trying to compete against games like Overwatch, but Overwatch wasn't even popping anymore. And it was using mechanics that weren't popping anymore. Like, And they wanted you to spend $40 on an unestablished brand new IP from the creators that you've really never heard of. They don't even have like that built-in brand recognition. There's no buy-in there. I played Call of Duty and how shit look. The reason we record is because they had nukes. I love COD. Yeah, it's just, and the thing is too is like these guys just, they're just miserable. They are just fucking miserable people. How do you get mad at split fiction? Like, how do you get mad at split fiction? It's not even a. It's just a game, man. Like, if there's any just a game games out there, that's that. That is that. And they'll still be like, no, it's too woke. It needs to be less woke. And I don't understand what they mean by that. Like we were talking about earlier, if you guys went here before, the DEI detected site is back up. And it has its list of how wokeness works and DEI works. And they go into no details onto what the actual grading system is because they don't fucking have one. And do you want to know a better example of these guys not having it? Is literally right now, because of the recent trailer for Death Stranding 2, these people are trying to say, oh no, I hope Hideo Kojima hasn't gone woke. I hope that guy who literally made a game called Death Stranding, which is in reaction to Donald Trump's presidency and Brexit, I hope he's not getting too political. Fucking Hideo Kojima. Like, not to be like a fucking like Twitter pervert, but I bookmarked it because I was like, this is. Oh, you guys want to see another fucking just absolute crash out over split fiction? Look at this shit. We're gonna go desktop so you don't see my face. Actually, no, we'll go live scene. We'll do my face too. Look at this shit. I know nothing about split fiction, but I do know from personal experience that the number of wives and girlfriends bored with their romance books and streaming shows that have begun to insert themselves into their man's gaming hobby have steeply risen. And obviously, these girls will not have nor want to get their own gaming setup and would rather just boot up and play split screen, not knowing this isn't really a thing anymore. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that someone had the foresight to make a split screen co-op game that said wives/girlfriends would like, with two plucky female protagonists that aren't ugly but definitely not sexualized, cracking irony-based jokes that aren't funny, changing bright scenery and costumes every 5 minutes, to which no one I know knows anything about the actual plot of. Did I just have an aneurysm? Did I have an aneurysm? What year is this? What's going on? Who are you? Okay, no, I'm back. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why do these people go on these villain monologues? Women who would definitely not play their own games. This is what I'm saying. These people are revealing this is the first time they've heard of a video game. If you don't know Hazelight, if you don't know their work, fine. But keep that stupid shit to yourself. People don't do co-ops anymore, split screen co-op. Are you fucking kidding me? There was a whole Steam Next Fest specifically for split screen co-op. Lots of people love to have their friends over and play video games, split screen. That is quite literally the entire business model of Hazelight Studios. Like, literally, they are the split screen company. Just like Don't Nod is the woke like narrative story company, they are the split screen company. That's what they do. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. He has a YouTube account. Do we go to the YouTube account? Feel like why not? Yeah. Let's see what his YouTube account is. I think it's gonna be great and amazing content. I think it's going to blow our minds with its level of in-depth analysis, and we're going to learn so much. They had split screen for Fortnite. They had split screen for all the Lego games. People like split screen. And in case it's slur laden, I will. Right now, once again, my browser's doing that thing where it wants to just lock up on me. So I'm not trying to build suspense up. I literally can't do it right now, but we will the minute it's able to do that. But doesn't it always seem like there's always just a new guy? Like, no matter what, there's always a new guy. There's always a new guy. Always a new guy that just comes out and talks about how much they don't know about video games, and then get surprised when they get dunked on from people who do know about video games, and then they get mad at said people who know what they're talking about. It's a cycle I've noticed. It's just new game comes out, dumb take after dumb take after dumb take, but it's the same dumb take. And someone like me, will be like, hey, this is a dumb and bad take, and this is why you're wrong. And then it goes, oh, of course, the what was it called? Oh, the Alyssa simp, or the Alana simp is talking.
Bonus, developer BioWare gave
Okay, that was fucking weird. What it does when it reloads, it just fucking immediately plays a video. So weird. Yeah, let's go to YouTube channel. It's called Lord Botha. All right. Oh, this is hitting all of my. This is hitting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So what do we got here? What do we got here? Smaller channel. Okay, that's fine. We all start somewhere. Can't help but notice that we have immediate AI. Race swap Snape is here. Monster Hunter Wilds dominates on launch. Don't know why that's news. Hunt for Gollum movie is Hunt for Gollum Moive. He spelled it Moive, is gonna be a disaster. They were making Transformer games. Fable reboot delayed. And then like someone saying I did that because of GTA or whatever. Why is the Wonder Woman thumbnail? I don't know if you guys can't see it. The thumbnail is Wonder Woman naked with the word canceled over it. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna hide the chat for a second. Sorry, I'm gonna hide the chat for a second, just so you guys can see it. So it says Wonder Woman game canceled, and it's her completely naked. There are no rules now. Lithgow to play Dumbledore confirmed 13 days ago, 12 days ago, 12 days ago, 11 days ago. Kathleen Kennedy is retiring again. Avowed is a flop. The Neo Retail Last Bender series in the work. Amazon takes control of James Bond. 1010 Games completely bungles employee layoffs. Captain America 4 is a disaster. But do you see how we are repeating the same sort of news we just went over? Like with every other grifter channel? Like it's this. Holy shit, dude. What is this output? What was your first video? 9 months ago. So just off rip starting. Act like the injury is a disaster. And then he decided to go with this format of thumbnails. But these thumbnails aren't good. And I'll tell you why they're not good. Maybe if you're watching this video, you'll take some advice from me. It's too fucking busy. And there's nothing here that really draws your attention. And the font of it is kind of hardish to read. Like, you notice how, like, what your best video so far, I think, was Tom Hanks here is an absolute flop. Bob's Bones developer 11-bit cancels upcoming game, layoff team member. So you had a couple, I would say, for your channel size, you had a couple of videos that really punched above your weight. But you kind of just seem to talk about shit, but there's no consistency with what you're talking about. I mean, you go from talking about Captain America 4, and then Halo and Destiny are down bad, and then it's photos of Superman, and then it's Snow White should have been hidden by Disney, and then it's Cyberpunk devs going woke. That's idiot. Like you don't have the worst failing game of the year. That's a I'll bring chat back up now. But like, it's kind of the same shit all the time. And the thing is too, as I was gonna say, these channels do look the same on purpose. This is no different than like an hypnotic thumbnail or like a John De La Rose JDA Comics. No different from that. Like it's, and again, okay, so notice how that one said, okay, look. This one says, Disney knows there's trouble. Snow White damage control with Disney hiding Rachel Zegler from the press. So that's what that has, right? Now, if we go to Lord Botha, his latest, where is it? He was also talking about Rachel Zegler and also talking about how they were like hiding her. Or maybe it was unpopular. Bob, see, look. Rachel Zegler gaslight fans now claims Snow White was always a love story. Rachel Snow White gets wrecked, her gets destroyed. So we're also talking about Rachel Zegler. Maybe not recently, like as I thought, but they're also talking about Rachel Zegler. A lot. They always talk about the same fucking people.
Pre-order bonuses are little.
And it's insane to me that they don't understand that they are cannibalizing their own audiences by doing this. Also, can we talk about the fact that he's just straight up lying? Like, just straight up. Like, just straight up lying. About why no one's watching Daredevil. Disney's biggest streaming failure. I want you to keep that in mind. Daredevil Born Again draws 7.5 million In its first 5 days, B+ from TV Line readers. That's good enough to rank as the biggest premiere of the year on Disney+, which outperformed Goosebumps Season 2 and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So the biggest debut of the year is considered Disney's biggest streaming failure. Like I don't. It's such a weird. It's such a weird fucking time we live in. And what's crazy to me, honestly, what's crazy to me about this all the time is we get the most popular videos. 6 months ago is when he had the biggest pop off. And since then, mind you, this guy has 56,000 subscribers. Okay, double digits so far. I see 18K, 12K. But that was 11 days ago, 12 days ago, 7K, 2K, 8K, 15K 3 weeks ago. Like Daniel Green, you don't, whatever. Weird that he's talking about Daniel Green. He's just milking Daniel Green. But these guys, I'm saying, all these guys' accounts, their view to sub ratio are dog shit because all they fucking do is farm drama, but there is no consistency. So it's just random shit. Why is he talking about Daniel Green? Daniel Green's a booktuber. Like, there's no consistency with them. Like, if I go to my channel, there is the occasional me uploading just straight up gameplay, but there is a level of consistency of what to expect from me, which is why my views are pretty consistent. Like, there's some some dips right here and there, but I usually average around like 1.8 to like 4K views, right? And I've been holding pretty steady on that for quite a bit. Again, there's some videos that get like 700 views, 800 views. But for the most part, since I would say the last, like consistently, probably since in the last like 6-ish months, I've been having more consistency in my videos because I've been having more consistency in my theming and what I'm talking about. There's a certain expectation people have when they come to my channel. But for these guys, it's just like whatever the fuck, but not even in a fun way. It's just whatever the fuck. Whatever they think will get them attention that day is what they'll upload. Why is a like gaming channel, for example, talking about Rachel Zegler? Why would you want to go to them about Rachel Zegler? Like, I would never expect someone to come to my channel and then be like, why aren't you talking about why the rivers have dried up? Like, that's not my speed. Not to say I don't care about the planet, I do, but like, that's not the expectation I put on this channel. You guys come here, I'm gonna talk about video games and relate that to how things are being worse due to, people with political agendas. That's what I do. I also talk about game topics like, the AAA market and why I think it's unsustainable, Ubisoft's failures or their bad management, how people talk about graphics. That's what people expect from me. But to come and be like, well, here's a video on why he thinks Ubisoft is doing poorly, but he also has a video of why women are just bad people. It's like, that's a weird, like, fucking line to try to walk. And you're seeing it not pay off. Like, if you're getting views similar to mine and you have literally over 10 times the amount of followers or subscribers I have, you're doing something wrong. And if you're churning out videos after video after video after video after video every single day, I think you're also doing something wrong. Like, unless you're like a Let's Play channel or you're just doing like simple reaction content, like sometimes I do on my stream, it makes no sense to have such a high output. Because then it's just you're playing to an algorithm. But like, for what? Like, what are you doing? What do you want to talk about? There's no way you want to talk about all this shit. There's just no way. I've only been able to be more political on this channel. A, because I forgot the password to my political account. But B, because the gaming space has become heavily politicized to the point where you have people who think Donald Trump is going to save gaming because getting rid of DEI. We're talking about Papa John's me critique on Shrek. Yeah, right? Exactly. Why am I talking about that? Bro, they spent 5 years picking up everything Brie Larson said when Captain Marvel 1 and 2 coming out, recording how like 100. Oh, yeah, no. There's even admitted evidence of them saying that's literally what they do. They make 100 videos on Brie Larson because she fucking sneezed. Like, your dad thinks Donald Trump. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're at the point where I kind of have to talk about politics. It's not like I'm apolitical. You guys should obviously know at this point I'm a raging leftist, right? But I wasn't talking about that prior to the last, like, really 6-ish months. But now I have to talk about it all the time. Because anytime we talk about a game, we see a game that looks cool or fun, the discourse gets destroyed on YouTube and online because they have to insert their political agenda no matter what. And they will claim that other people are doing it first, but no one's doing it. It's just like the guys who talk about, oh man, Western games are bad and terrible and awful, but these Eastern games are great. And then they're out here fucking deep throating, doing tricks on it for game science because of Black Myth Wukong, which put out a what you can and can't say during their review when they sent copies to people, and they act like that didn't happen. But then they'll be like, yeah, we hate censorship. Eve from Stellar Blade's titties should be 8 times more visible than they are. I can only see the top of her areola. And it's because Sony did it, not because of these game companies deciding that, hey, we wanted to make a change to our character. Now, these tariffs we're going to have start OFIs. No, and you know what's funny? Not to be like tooting my own horn, but like 5 months ago, I made a video talking about how this would happen. Like, I was like, if these tariffs, if Project 2025 goes through, games are going to be more expensive because we don't make games solely in America, and we definitely do not produce the parts here. Like, you want to get a new computer? Better buy that shit now. You want to get, you talk about physical games and stuff. Mexico makes our disc trace. Like, and we're attacking them. Like, we're going after China. Who the fuck do you think makes our chips? Like, it's insane. But I got called alarmist and a dirty liberal, which I was like, disgusting. I'm not a liberal. I'm a leftist. Thank you very much. But I got called all these things. And all I've ever done is try to look out for people's best interests. That's my whole political philosophy. I try to look out for people's best interests. I am a human first, right? I do human first thinking. Even when I put up my videos, when I'm really upset or I'm using more aggressive language, I'm doing that because that seems to be the only way the people I want to listen to me will listen. Because these guys don't want someone who's soft-spoken and who is, hey, hold your hands. They want people who's like, listen, you fucking moron. Because that's what they resonate with. And I'm more than happy to call these people fucking morons. But you guys who are watching right now, you're not morons. You're great people. But I am trying to now reach across to these people because I'm like, you have to understand, we are at a point now where – I know my video got clapped watching the Jubilee thing. But we literally are at a point now where people think the government does not fund government agencies. I did see that clip from Jubilee where the guy thought the governments did not fund governmental agencies. And these are the people who are trying to talk about video games with the same sort of authority, the same sort of intelligence. And I just simply can't abide by that. Like, that's a bridge too far from it. That's too stupid. We can't be, we can be dumb, but we can't be too stupid. And so now what I do is, yeah, I'm a bit more confrontational. I'm a bit more antagonistic to those people because they need that. Because they have lived a life where people did not attack their viewpoints with the same sort of ferocity that they attack other people's identities. And so they always thought they were in the right. They've always thought that their viewpoints are always valid. It's the same guys who were like, hey, games back then used to pander to me, and I loved it. And now that I'm not solely being pandered to, I hate pandering, and it's bad, and it's woke. And it's like, buddy, you were being advertised to. You're being marketed. You're missing ad copy. I don't know if you guys ever seen my videos on Andy Pants, but most, if not all of his complaints are boiled down to back in the early 2000s, they used to pander to white hetero males, and now they don't do that as much, and it's bad. And he doesn't understand that markets reach a cap. And for growth in the industries, you want to expand your audience, right? So if there's more money that can be made from exploiting other groups of people, they're going to do that. And so his whole premise is, I am no longer the sole target for these marketing execs. It makes me mad. Instead of just being like, cool, they can play those games. I'm going to stick to my shooter games that still exist, right? And everything now is woke and gay. And that's pretty much him and a lot of other these guys' mentality. They don't understand how games work because they think games, much like how certain weebs think Japan's a magical place and land, they think games are this magical thing where when they played it when they were 5 years old, it was always the same. And women weren't allowed because when they played games in their bedroom, there were no women there. Their mom was in the kitchen. Or, you know, their sisters were listening to music or doing their nails. And they think that was everyone's experience. And now that they're getting older and going, wait a minute, women play games? Women makes games? Jade Raymond helped sell Assassin's Creed? Well, they can't comprehend it because they don't understand shit. And so my job now is to tell these people, hey, not only are you wrong about this, your entire worldview is bad. You think games are bad because women are there. I don't know how else to tell you this, but that's stupid. And you can't reach them on an intellectual level first. They're not there. They're going purely emotional. I respond on an emotional level. That's why I call them dumb. That gives me an emotional response. You're dumb, and this is why you're dumb. And eventually, it'll sink in. And then they'll be like, hey, you know what? Damn, I was being stupid and wrong. I had some chatters before come and tell me that, not necessarily my videos, but videos like mine were like, yeah, I started thinking about it. It's like, yeah, it is kind of dumb how I'm just mad all the time. And it's like, yes. I love leftists. It's all just fun. I wouldn't go that far. There are some annoying fucking leftists online. There's annoying people online who like to do this purity testing bullshit, which I hate. People make mistakes. People are trying to get better. I'm not going to stop trying to get better, right? But I don't like the leftists who are just like, well, no, you have to use this sort of language and this and this and that. Because then I'm like, well, then now I'm not being an effective communicator. I don't have to preach to you guys, right? I don't have to sell you or anything. You already bought what I'm selling, right? You understand where I'm coming from. But like, I have to reach other people too. Like, that's why you see me on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, which you guys don't. But if you follow me on Twitter, I literally called Stuttering Craig a pussy because he said he couldn't watch it when women bleed in wrestling matches. I was just like, pussy. And I know that that term could be considered to be misogynistic or sexist, right? But I also know that the people who see me say that could be like, huh, that guy's based. What is he about? And then I pull him in. And it's like, hey, you know what's real based, kids? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like that's how it has to work. You can't be, and I learned this lesson the hard way. You can't be so up your own ass where you only look down on the people you're trying to reach. If I want you to understand where I'm coming from, I have to meet you where you are. And I'm trying my best to do that. There are some people I feel like I really can't meet because your middle ground is like wanting people to not exist. I'm like, okay, we're not going to talk. But I think my content is the most effective when you're kind of having that like crisis of conscience, you know, where it's like you saw, if you guys are here earlier in the stream before I got clapped, or even a little bit later, when you saw people, like when I went to the DI Detective website, and you saw people going like, actually, this game's kind of good. Like, I could reach those people. You can't reach people who don't want to be reached or helped. But once you see those cracks, like, okay, that's when you go. You can do that. Because that is exactly how they got to where they were in the first place. Again, go watch my video. Go watch my video on how the right dominates gaming. It explains all of this. But you had a group who, for a multitude of reasons, felt underserved. They felt abandoned. So they were angry, resentful. It's so easy to take that anger and resent and channel it to your enemies instead of channeling it to where it should go, right? If you all just lost your jobs or lost your homes or whatever, and I'm like, the reason you lost your homes and your jobs is because they wanted to give it to migrants and they want to give it to trans people and all this stuff, and they don't care about you. You're not thinking shit rationally. You're coming from an emotional space. And now I'm telling you, I'm directing you where you can channel that anger. It's not your fault that you didn't show up on time to work. It's not your fault that you didn't pay your rent, even though you had the money. It's not your fault that you didn't take care of things you should take care of. No. It's their fault. Now I'm allowing you to not only absolve yourself of any wrongdoing, but now you have the true perpetrator. That was Gamergate. Steve Bannon saw how, because he did a WoW gold farm, and he saw that he could monopolize and also weaponize a bunch of angry white gamers online. And so he did that. Direct line to the Trump presidency. You're still seeing it now. They're mad. They're literally now more mad at women than they've ever been. And it's sad. So like, but to combat that, I gotta kind of adopt a strategy. I have to also get them emotionally responsive, but not in a loser grifter way where it's like, this is why Batman sucks. It's because he's written by a girl. It's like, no, you need to understand that your emotional response to things isn't necessarily wrong, but who you're targeting is. If you're mad about the quality of games and all that shit, right? The shit I always talk about, you can be mad. I am mad about that. But you're mad at Ubisoft because they're making a game with Yasuke and Yasuke's black. I'm mad at Ubisoft because of the sexual assault that happens in their company and their poor mismanagement of multiple franchises and their incessant need of chasing trends instead of creating them like they used to. Again, watch my Ubisoft video, right? That's why you should be mad at these people. You shouldn't be mad at a company because they made a game you didn't like. You didn't like it, move on. But if you're looking at their practices and seeing how that's affecting the gaming industry and developers, and you're mad about that, yeah. That's why your games are shit. Games are shit because they're more beholden to stockholders than the customer. Because we aren't the customer. The stockholders are. They show them the results. Look at all this money I made. You think a stockholder gives a fuck if the game is technically playable, if it sold 1 billion copies in 1 week? No. It's just like movies. The Fast and the Furious franchise is fucking stupid. I love it. It's dumb as fuck. Do you think they care that their films are not winning Oscars when they make $800 million a week? No. It's the simple. It's the. I said it once. I'll say it again. It's the cold calculus of capitalism. That's what it comes down to. And the victims of capitalism is always us. And then I can use the game side to get people a little further to the left and maybe get some class consciousness going on. But yeah, that's why I do what I do. And then Each stream I showed you guys why I continuously do what I do. Because you have people mad about split fiction doing well because there's women involved. And women shouldn't be in men's hobbies. These are the same sort of rhetoric you would have seen in the 50s when you were talking about how women wanted to like officially join the workforce. Like, but a dame can't sell a car. That's a man's job. Why don't you go down and make me a coffee? Like, that's literally the same mentality they have right now. Just change professions with hobbies. Yeah, they were doing tricks on it for Wukong, and it's like, why? 90% of the game sales came from China. Like, it's just it's insanity. And so I'm like, you know what? I have a voice now. I have a platform. It's consistently growing. Thanks almost exclusively to you guys, because I just yap all day. But you guys decided to subscribe and listen and watch, except for when I'm playing video games. But you guys decided to subscribe and listen and watch, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And you guys allow me to keep doing this shit. I think it's really cool that I could just decide to stream on a random Monday and like 100 people total show up. I think that's fucking awesome. I think it helps. It does help me mentally, but okay, people actually give a shit about me yapping what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm changing minds or helping people feel a little more comfortable. I always want to make a space where people who are bigoted are uncomfortable. Once you stop being bigoted, dude, come on through. It's fine. We can talk about fucking pre-orders, which I should be working on. I should be working on more of my video content. I feel like I've been slacking on the actual like content of my videos. I've had so many ideas, and I just sort of let them fall by the wayside. But I'm gonna work on that. I'll probably have time. I'll probably have time to do some recordings on Wednesday. So I might just stream like twice a week, like either Monday and Saturday or Wednesday and Saturday. But I got a dedicated day to just like filming because I work early in the morning. But yeah, I gotta work more on the actual content. I promised you guys a video on difficulty, and I swear I'm still gonna do it. I just want to talk about other things, and then certain things pop up, and I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about that, right? Like I gotta talk about what happened to Cinna and Emily and Valkyrie because it's super fucked up. I gotta talk about that. But then once that's done, I'm like, okay. I do have ideas of how I want to do the difficulty video, so look forward to that. But it is almost 10 o'clock. I have to be up. I have to be at work at 9 a.m. So I have to be up earlier than that, drive down there. So we are ending the video, ending the stream here. But once again, I'm going to plug my shit. Even though you guys are following me, I need you guys to share all my stuff, okay? Listen, just put my game stuff on the background. You don't even watch it, okay? Just let it play. Put it on background. Put it on right now. And I will be trying to make a pure gaming channel. This channel still exists because we got, again, 4,000 subscribers. Hell yeah. We should celebrate. But watch all my videos. All of them. Every single one. Don't sleep until you've at least made it 3 months in, okay? There will be a test on this. Watch this video. Hey, it's me, your boy. Ooh, the audio was a lot worse back then. I'm so sorry. But this is the video I took time on, okay? I even made chapters. Okay, look at that. I did. Look at that. We got the Southern strategy here, DEI, and the history of shit. We're doing. I'm wearing my political sweatshirt that I wear a lot, but we're doing good stuff here. I even have playlists for you guys. You can just grifters and influence. Boom, there you go. Just the grifters one. You can watch that one all day. Let it play. All right, just do that. Yeah, you guys gotta just when you're on your phone, just play it on YouTube. Just fucking go in the car, put it on YouTube. Listen to me complain about games and how much people are dumb and stupid. See? Exactly. You put it on the background, and it's just it's nice. It's me in my element, playing video games, you know, reacting to shit. One of these days, I'm gonna do like a fucking ASMR video where I'm just gonna be like, all right, just give me the views. And I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to sleep really late, so I have that like morning voice. I'm just gonna be like this the whole time, just really close to the microphone, just like this the whole time. I'll just be talking about like, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I'll be reading a passage or something, like, hey. Oh, real quick, since there's only a couple of you guys here, my closest friends, my truest subscribers, I wrote a book. Not like I mean, it's a manuscript. I put it on Amazon. I put it on Amazon if you guys want to read it. I think it's like $1 a charge for it. Let me see real quick before we leave. Before we get out of here, let me see if I have it up here. It's the direct publishing or whatever. Like I would love to have like an editor and a person to do the work and stuff. But let's see here. Oh, wait. Before we leave. It is here we go. No, not Epic Game Store. But yeah. Yeah, it is an incel manifesto, but it's a fantasy incel manifesto. So it's this right here. It's $5. I'm sorry. It's $5. It's on Amazon. This is obviously a temp cover, and obviously not my real name. But if you guys like fantasy and shit, you want to read it. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can just download it on your Kindle. It's free if you have Unlimited. Yeah, I wrote this, and it's pretty. I wrote it pretty long time ago, like a couple years ago. I wrote it during COVID, but it's a pretty long fantasy book. I think it's like 140,000 words. So, called Ethereal, book 1. This is a planned series, just so you know. But again, this is all temporary stuff. Once I have enough money, I can hire a cover artist and an editor and change it up a bit. But I think as of right now, it's very readable. Think of it like a beta read. So I just dox my fake self. Hell yeah, baby. Fuck that guy. But also, if you guys want to give it a read, this is what it's called. Ethereal the Lost Forge. I think you guys might like it. Unless you guys don't like fantasy, then you would probably fucking like hate it. But yeah, I wrote that a while ago, and I was like, hey, you know what? What the hell? Let's put it out there. So yes, if you guys want to give it a shot, $5, or you can do the Kindle Unlimited plan and then like cancel it immediately. Yeah, early access. It's it's $250. It's $5 for the early access edition, and then once I update it, I'm gonna charge you guys another $20 for it, just so you know. But you could tell your friends that you saw the first copy of it, and eventually, that's a collector's item. That's a collector's item. It'll be a collector's item. Thank you. Yes, you saw the manuscripts. You had special permission. You saw it first. You saw it before everyone. But yeah, that's what I wanted to end the chat on. I sometimes get really self-conscious about stuff I produce, like my YouTube. I don't like to promote myself because I'm bad at it. And I'm like, why would someone want to read my stuff or watch what I say? But then 4,000 of you guys subscribe to me. So maybe at least 4,000 people like what I say. So maybe some of you guys will like what I write. I'm sorry, this cost $5. That was literally the minimum amount I could put on there. So what I'm telling you is go to the Amazon. Go to the link. Here, I will put the fucking link in the chat. Go to the link. All right. Putting in the chat. Go to the link just so you have it. Just so you have it. If you want to buy it, that's fine. Whatever. Yes, this is what I was working for. This is my whole grift. This is what I was doing. You guys doing this for free? No. I was building up this YouTube account just so I could sell this $5 book. That's it. That's it. I was a master plan. Fools. And now you have to buy it. Everyone in here. 27 people here. That's $5 each. So I expect around $150 tomorrow. Or you don't want to find out what just do it. Just or you can watch my YouTube videos. Either way. I'm giving you guys more content. I'm a writer. I am a content creator. I do so much. I wear so many hats, which is why my hair is kind of fucked up right now. So many hats. Okay, but now seriously, I have to go. It's been way too long. I said it'd be a short stream. I've been streaming for fucking 4.5 hours. Not continuously, but because I got clapped by Jubilee. But yeah. More hats than stuttering Craig. That's right. And if you guys don't support me, my next hat's going to be fucking grifter. You're going to see me wearing a MAGA hat, all right? Don't ask questions. Yeah. I stayed on Steam for a little one more hour than 2 hours past. Welcome to ADHD. Welcome to the chaos of my YouTube channel, where I say things and then I do it a week or a month or maybe a day later or the same day. You guys don't know what to expect? I don't know what to expect. Yes. Okay. Everyone stop adding on to the bit because I'll be here forever. I have to go to sleep. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. Love you guys, but only in a platonic way and in a non-illegal way. But I have to go. Thank you so much. Bye.